Welcome back to the channel, guys. Vevor has sent me another kiln to review. Let's get to it. So here are the two kilns that Vevor have sent me. This was the first one. I did a video before. I'll put the link up in the description for you guys to check that out in that review. And they sent me this one. This is the PDI model. It comes with the kiln, a booklet with the model KDZ6651A. Comes with a pair of gloves. These things are very handy. Pair of crucible tongs. So these are really good for if you want to open this up and grab the pots and take them out and use for raku, which I do not do. Haven't done that in years, but this kiln is very capable for doing that. It also comes with your power cord. So this goes into a regular outlet. I would suggest to do it directly into the outlet itself. No extension cords. So yeah, let's take a look at the kiln. Puppy dog is not included. He's included in the video. So yeah, at the top we have a good handle. You can pick this right up. It's only like 40 pounds or so. It has a little hole right here to let out any vapors and whatnot. Though when I did use this, I didn't see any vapors coming out of this. But that might have just meant that there wasn't all that much vapor in the pots that I fired. So off to the side here, guys, there is a fan, which is just dissipation, and I believe it's just dissipation for the electronics, not so much for the inside of the kiln, because there's no direct holes leading out into the into the area where it would dissipate. And then it has your on and off button, and then the control system. And looking at them both side by side, there's not much really of a difference. You can just tell the difference mainly because of the label. So there's that one, and then there's that one. This one has been quite handy. I've been able to get a low fire done, and also a mid fire done. And both of the videos I'll throw up as cards up above so you guys can see those, like I said before. So with this one, you can program it up to 9 different holds, which is very handy. I mean, holds are not always necessary, but they can be helpful for specific situations. If you get it up to the temperature that you're reaching at, say for a mid fire, and you want it to stay there, it also it really helps sometimes staying there for this is a topic of conversation of many different potters. So say you want it to stay there for 10 or 15 minutes, it can help with pitting. So if the glaze did not fully reach its potential, if you leave it there to hold, it might fill in any oddities such as pits, which is a good thing to do. Also, it can influence the glaze in all different ways. Holding at specific temperatures can also affect how glazes melt and flow, which if you do it for too long, it can flow right off the side of the pot. But that can also happen if you go up too hot. So there's some, definitely a bunch of different things that holds help with, but having the ability to have 9 different holds is great for potters that really want to be specific. For me, I mainly throw big stuff, so this kiln is actually really good for my wife's little bud vases. I really don't throw anything too small. My hands are kind of big. You can't really tell, but there's like a 10.5 inch span there. So throwing small stuff on the wheel is a bit of a issue for me, but I also you know, once in a while try to do small things like you guys have seen me do, incense burners and ring holders and little things like that. And those are about half a pound. Anything below half a pound and my hands really start to hurt. So there's a latch on the side of each one of these, which is really handy. So let's take a look and see what we fired in this one. So check this out, guys. So here are a couple of my wife's little bud vases. I love this blue. You guys have seen Mrs. Wolff pots in a previous video that I did. This is one that came out of this. And then we have a brown with a bunch of lines. So all lines all the way up. Beautiful little pot that my wife threw. She's just awesome at making pots, guys. And each one has a CVW on the bottom for Corinne Wolff. So here's the inside of the kiln. This is about 6 inches by 6 inches. So don't expect to be throwing anything that is like, you know, even 5 inches, because right here on the door, as you can see, there is, if I hold it like this, you can see that there's about 1 inch that comes out in this fiber. This is all stainless steel, by the way. You know, the build is just great, guys. So there's one heating element that goes all the way around. So it's very even heat. The little button in the back is the thermocouple. So that tells what temperature the kiln is at. This element in the booklet, it says it is replaceable. So if it burns out, which is probably one of the only negatives about doing holds. So when you do a hold and you do it for too long, you just picture that your kiln is ramping up to a massively hot, you know, mid-fire is hot. It's a yellow hot. So, and it stays there. So the longer it stays there, the harder these elements work. So over time, I don't know. I haven't done, you know, hundreds of firings in this. So I don't know how many firings you'll be able to get out of this. But from what we've done so far, it's been pretty good. And like I said, like, look at the results of this. This just came out great. I love this glaze. People have been really loving this glaze. So I'm very happy with the blue. And so is my wife. So yeah, like I said, it has the fiber insulation. So yeah, 9 different holds on here. So I will just quickly open up the booklet so you guys can see the programming to do that, because it is quite a bit of a mission. And you guys can pause this video to take a look at the process of doing this. So if I went through this whole process, this video would be, you know, probably an hour long. And I don't really personally need to do that many holds. So you can pause the video here as well, so you can read all of that. I hope you guys can read it okay. So, you know, another thing that this would be good for the holds is for getting the pots ready to bisque. I know somebody commented on one of the previous videos that they tried to follow what I was saying to do, and their pot exploded. So usually when a pot explodes, that means there's still water in the pot. So that could either mean the pot is very thick, or it just didn't get enough of the water out of the pot. So what you could do with a hold on this is you could leave it at, this is all in Celsius, so you could leave it, I don't know what, 70 degrees Celsius, maybe a little somewhere around there, and just leave the door cracked. And what will happen is the pot will expel all of the water out of it. If there's no air for the water to go anywhere, the water's just going to stay in the kiln, and that won't be good for the kiln. That won't be good for your pot, and then the molecules will literally expand and explode. So that's probably what happened, and the poor person that wrote that comment in one of my previous videos, and I'm so sorry that happened to you, but that is part of the process of learning how to fire pots. It's a really tough thing to get your pots completely dried before the firing, but it's imperative to do. Bone dry is imperative. So that is something you can do. You can leave it slightly like this. What I want to mention about with that is if you leave this open and you set it to say 65 degrees, those elements will work pretty hard and it'll probably get a little hotter than that. So if boiling point is 100 Celsius, sorry guys, I'm a Fahrenheit American. So if boiling point, if you hit the boiling point and go above it, that's when things will expand. So if you keep it below it and well below it, and the temperature rises because the door is open, you can get to that higher temperature and actually have, go above boiling point. So I would set it pretty low and then see how it goes from there. So, yeah, like I said, the only, let's do some pros and cons. The pros, I would have to say, is the size. And that's also one of my cons. So just being able to just pick up a little kiln like this for the price that it's at. The build quality is great. I haven't seen anything that really is irritating. And both of them have been really good. What do you think, buddy? What do you think? Yeah, I don't know what he thinks about it, but we'll find out. He'll tell me later at a later date. So yeah, here's a little tag on the back, and then a box for your little insert for your power. So pros, it can plug into a regular outlet. The price is really good on both of these guys. So this is only $100 more to get your holds. So if you are picky about your holds and you don't want to have to do them completely manually, I mean, you'll have to type them in manually, which can be a mission, but it's capable of doing that. So if that's what you really want, that's what you can get. For $100 less, you can get this one. It goes up to the same temperature, but it just ramps up and goes. So let's see some negatives. I mean, this is just silly because I know that the kiln is small. So so saying that negative is that it's small is kind of silly because you know it's small when you're buying it. So but I'm just used to like a 10 cubic foot Scut Cam 1227. So like I said, for these, if you're a beginner, it's absolutely perfect. You can put in little, you could do pendants, you can do bud vases, you could do very small mugs. I don't even know if you could do a full stein in there. But yeah, I haven't really come across any serious negatives. Shout out to Vevor. They sent me this, both of these, for free, just to do a review. I'm not getting paid by Vevor. They just literally sent these to me and wanted an honest review. So there is my honest review. I appreciate all you guys that are watching. If you enjoyed learning about this kiln, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next video. Stay well, guys, and happy throwing.